Hi, and welcome everyone to our July Policy Insights. I'm very happy to have this month here with me Jamie Wallis, the MP for Bridgend, and we're going to talk about diversity. As you know, as the Payments Association, we have launched a Sprint Diversity that's going to investigate the opportunities coming from a more diverse industry. And so we wanted to see what's happening in the House of Commons, in Parliament, and between our regulators to understand how we can address better the diversity. So, Jamie, you're an MP who is very close to the diversity. Can you tell us a little bit more why and how did you become close to this important topic?
Yes, sure. Thank you. So I guess I'm probably most well known for being the first member of Parliament to come out as transgender. I have gender dysphoria. I haven't begun transitioning yet, but I will do soon. And so I suppose it's in that with that sort of insight that that I'm sort of close to the diversity space, and it's something that I'm becoming more and more keen on, actually.
Thank you very much for sharing this with us. Where do you think that are the top priorities to be addressed in the diversity space? Like, as an industry body, what should we do to be sure that diversity is becoming really at the top of the agenda of our industry?
Well, I think it means different things to different stakeholders. So, to some people, diversity can be, a set of quotas. To other people, it can be legal advice on how to draft job adverts. To other people, it can mean very, very different things. But actually, to people that are different, that come from a background that is perhaps not common in certain industries, it means just having an industry and an organization that's welcoming and appears welcoming to people of all backgrounds, of all different ethnic backgrounds, genders, LGBTQ status, and it's just about really projecting that welcoming atmosphere and just making sure the industry stands for what it always has, which is providing great customer service, but using people that are from a range of backgrounds, really.
Absolutely. And what do you think there should be, and if you think it's enough, like the direction of travel in terms of policy making and law making and policy shaping? Do you think that the government is doing well on addressing diversity and making sure the diversity is fully, part of the new set of legislations that we're going to implement in the future? Or do you think that there are still elements that have to be addressed?
I think it's incumbent upon all of us to accelerate and do what we can at all times. However, let's not shoot ourselves, too often and give ourselves too hard a time. If this were a graph, it's definitely trending in the right way. It's frustrating sometimes that it doesn't seem to be going fast enough. But my grandparents, for example, had to flee South Africa because their marriage was illegal. My grandmother was black South African, my grandfather was white. I come from Wales, and there was a time when being Welsh, you'd be the butt of all sorts of all manner of sheep-related jokes, and being LGBTQ as well. There was a time where, not that long ago, where it would have been unheard of for a homosexual or a bisexual to be a member of Parliament, and now not only are there very many homosexuals and bisexuals, men and women, that are MPs, but also now we have someone with gender dysphoria as well in the House of Commons. So the trend is definitely moving upwards. So let's not paint it as doom and gloom, but it is a case, I think, of us recognising that we're not there yet, acknowledging that, and just asking ourselves, what can I do to help? And it might be something small, it might be something simple. You may have seen the social media storm around Halifax and the use of pronouns. They've decided to put pronouns on their name badges. Some people don't think it's a good idea. Other people think it's a great idea. But that nevertheless sends a signal to everyone about the type of organisation that Halifax is and its values. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do for everyone, but it's those sorts of signals, those sorts of attempts to say to the world, we are an industry, we are a set of organisations that are welcoming. We want people from all backgrounds. We're here. Please come. We're welcoming and we're friendly.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's very good that you invite all of us to look at this topic in a positive way. Sometimes we, as you say, yes, there is a temptation to shoot ourselves in the foot, but this is clearly not the case. And the fact that we're all moving towards a direction, I think that it can give every element of society at least the knowledgeable that, you know, that we're working on this and nothing can be perfect all times, but clearly there is lots of effort to put, and we're all putting our efforts to make the working space better and more inclusive and constantly more open to everyone else. Jamie, I just want to thank you very much, because I think that you're real, you know, witnesses of saying us a few words about this is another element that clearly states that there is attention from the very top to these issues and to these opportunities that are going to come. And what is there something that you want to share with us about what you're doing more practically on this, particularly now, if there is a cause that you're very sensible to, or, you know, something just like a sort of little recommendation of, I don't know, if you want to share with us something else that can tell us a little bit more about what you are doing as a person on this, because clearly you have been affected by yourself with all of this, and I'm sure that it's more difficult to talk about something that affects you personally rather than, you know, in a generic third parties.
Well, I mean, at the moment, I'm just trying to focus on me a little bit, because I haven't had a great 12-18 months. I've had a pretty horrid time actually, and I'm just trying to focus on delivering the main aspects of my job to my constituents, and just trying to focus on getting myself into a place where I'm ready for the next fight. But the next fight is definitely going to be about looking at the issues around LGBTQ. I think it's particularly transgender and non-binary issues. I think these debates are raging on social media in a very disrespectful way. The discourse is quite toxic, and I think that whatever your views and whoever you are and whatever your background, I think the message has to be that we need to conduct these debates in a respectful way, in a sensitive way, without trespassing on people's rights to hold whatever views they want to hold. I think my priority is to try to bring a sense of just respect and sensitivity to the debate around trans and non-binary people. I'd love to leave Parliament thinking that people are at least a lot more sensible. Maybe I haven't changed any minds, but at least the debate itself is conducted in a more respectful and appropriate way, frankly. Because at the moment, the toxicity is hurting people. Trans and non-binary people are having to witness groups of people online and offline, actually, and in politics, talk about what rights and freedoms they should have. And not only do they have to witness this, but they have to witness that debate being conducted in a very emotionally charged way, often by individuals that aren't directly affected by those issues. And that can be more than frustrating. That can be a difficult one to have to look at and endure, frankly. So, yeah, I would like to do the very best job I can for my constituents over the summer, and when I come back in September, October, I'd like to take the issue up of this debate and see whether or not we can bring a sense of respect and kindness to it, whatever people's views.
Thank you, Jim. I'm really touched to hear all of this from your voice, and of course from me, and on behalf of all the payments industry, we wish you the best of luck. And we're sure that, you know, with people like you in the right places, we can achieve a more diverse environment, not only for the payments industry, but for the entire working space. Thank you very much again. And I'm really, really looking forward to working with you more closely in the future and to address all of this together. Thank you.
And thank you for everything you're doing as well. Thank you for everything you're doing. It is much appreciated. And and I think it will be, it is noticed, and initiatives like this and campaigns like this are important, because without this sort of thing, happening at an industry level, nothing will ever change. People are thinking about it. People are talking about it. We're talking about it today. Whoever's watching this is thinking about it, and that's more important than anything.
Absolutely. Let's make lots of noise. Absolutely. Great. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you very much.